Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is Sabrina Young with Young's Daughters Funeral Home and Bereavement Center. I'm really excited to introduce to you today Miss Sarah Powers. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, ma'am. And so I would like you to share with everybody who you are and tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Sarah. I'm the founder of Nemu. Nemu is a tool for families to organize and divide their family treasures. So whether they're doing it proactively as they're trying to declutter or downsize, or kind of after the loss of a loved one as they're trying to get out and move out of a house. And I started the company working with my mom after she lost her parents. They had lived in the same house for over 60 years and had accumulated lots of treasures. Some of them she felt like might be valuable, some of them she knew were sentimental. And with seven siblings who no longer lived in the same place, didn't always get along, she was really concerned about how to organize the process so that it would be clear, fair, and efficient. She was really motivated to move out of the house, and kind of begin and continue her work during her grieving process. And so I looked online to find a solution for her that could work for our family, and I really couldn't find one. And so I just started shadowing her experience and helping build something for her to use along the way. And quickly realized that this is, not something specific to my family, that, millions of families go through this every year, and having a clear process and a tool to help them through it, can really change lives. It can save relationships, it can save time, it can create the bandwidth to grieve, it can save money. And so I was really motivated to build Nemu into a company for what it is today.
Wow. Well, hats off to you. And unfortunately, my condolences to the other person that you had to follow along to learn that experience. But
Yeah.
it seems like it's benefiting some of the people that are using your services. So tell me about the overall view of the services. What are
Sure.
they getting from you when you're hired to do so?
Yeah, great question. So we have two packages. One is free, and with that free product, families can begin uploading their items. We'll pull in price estimates. They can add voice notes, descriptions, comments, especially if they're doing this, with a little bit more time on their hand where they want to really save the memories and sentimental aspects about pieces to the item in our app. And so they can do that. And with the instant price estimates pulled in from eBay for similar items, they get a baseline for how much the item costs. And from there, we can work with them with our upgraded package to, validate the appraisal or the referenced appraised values. Um, we can find them appraisers who can come on site and take a look at their items, which with our app, they can really narrow down the list of what needs to be looked at by the appraiser, saving them a ton of money because, an appraiser coming in cold, not having any idea of what's in the house may end up working a lot longer in the home. So with that really narrowed down list, they're able to have a targeted checklist for the appraiser to come in and value some of their items. And from there, we've also built a division tool. So with this, the admin or the co-admin can create what we call division rounds, where they select items from their household and invite other family members in to vote on what they want. And we ask them to put an emotional score of 0 to 100, and we take those scores and fairly divide the items, so that everyone ends up with an equal allocation of stuff. Quantities might shift. So if somebody gets the most sought after thing in the house, they might end up with slightly less than their brother or sister. But that really enables the family to keep moving through and distributing items without needing to coordinate schedules, book flights, hotels, coming on site to negotiate. And as more often than not, families end up fighting over what they think they should get, and fracture the relationships their parents had worked so hard to build. And then for whatever's left, we can help them sell, either online or locally. And the other great thing that families love is they can download their progress and reports at the end to submit to their lawyer or probate court or just as a checklist as they're clearing out and moving on.
Wow. So that is a heck of an app, it sounds like, and a plug
Thank
and
you.
play system that's very dividable. That is a really neat concept that you have derived to come to.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and sorry, Sabrina, I also have a little demo video I can show because I know that was a lot of me talking, but I know there might be some
yeah,
visual
let's see
folks.
it.
So
Let's see it. I'm
okay,
excited to see it.
great. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, and I just requested to share. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right. Um, Here we go. So I'll kind of talk over this as it, moves through. But photo or folks can take pictures of items in their home. They can take pictures with multiple items in it to expedite the process and tag them, kind of like Facebook. And then we'll pull in, price estimates. We'll allow them to add descriptions. Folks can comment, save voice notes, as I mentioned. And here are those price estimates pulled in so they can reference them and request to get an appraisal or sell the item from right there. Then their loved ones can join in on the fun and vote on what they like. Seeing the outcome and again, kind of, being able to download the outcomes so that they can move on with their next steps to close out their estate.
Wow, that is very interesting. I
Thank you.
I guess I haven't really thought about that process because I mean, even like, divorced couples and,
Yeah,
end of life legacy planning and things of that nature, there's a lot of people can use this multi-tool,
yeah.
hats off to you for making life easier for those division times. So what are the feedback when the families are using this app? Tell us about the feedback that you're getting from it.
Yeah, so there's the folks that use us often find that, like I mentioned before, that they're saving time. On average, folks can save more than 150 hours by using Nemu instead of, creating lists or Excel sheets or, text chains of who wants this. So it really saves the admin or the person in charge a ton of time. It can save over $1,000 and avoided professional fees coming on site to see what's there or mediation time, those sorts of things. And then, we've conducted surveys and learned that, over 60% of families end up fighting without this structure or process. Our main goal is to keep families together and actually turn this oftentimes burden thought, as people think of this as a burden or anxious time, turn it into a joyful time, really celebrate what, your loved one has collected and cherished and turn it into a celebration. And so those are some of the, benefits that we love to see families experience using Nemu. We always get questions, some families are like, well, how is this different from just everybody coming on site and picking? Well, that works too. But what I do know is from the families we've interviewed and surveyed, um, that can be a really stressful process for some folks, making a decision on the spot, being influenced by siblings, things starting to get competitive, getting tired and things break down. But that's where the power of Nemu can come in, is it can really prevent the breakdown of that, manual process and help prevent any fighting. And one other thing that families love is that they can end up seeing what is being divided and talk to their spouse or their children about, hey, do you want this? Or they can sleep on it. So it brings in a ton of different benefits that, really differentiate it from just doing it manually. We also get questions on, well, my family doesn't like tech or apps. Well, I promise we've designed the tool with everyone in mind, trying to make it super simple, not asking more than what we need to get the family to their next place. And so, yeah, it's our team is available to help anybody get onto the app and use it. No question is a bad question. And then of course, folks love to ask about how does the division round work? And again, we're happy to host webinars with the family or one-on-one sessions to kind of walk everybody through it together. So the goal is to allow for collaboration amongst family members, and I think we do it pretty well.
So that brought me to the question of not only how much does it cost? You said that there's a free
Right.
edition, you said there's an upgrade edition.
Yeah.
Can you talk about cost?
Yes. So as I mentioned, it's free to get started. Start uploading your items. You get the instant price estimates pulled in as well. So you get a baseline for what your items might be worth. And when you do need additional help, either dividing, getting appraisal, or selling your items, then it's an upgraded functionality where you'll work with our team for appraising and selling, or you can go ahead and once you upgrade, set up those division rounds to fairly divide up your stuff. That costs $149 retail, but we do offer our partners. Anybody that's working with people that might be interested. So, funeral homes, lawyers, appraisers, anybody, kind of working with somebody that might benefit, we can offer a discount for their clients.
Awesome. So do you have funeral homes that are advocating for your app right now?
Yeah, we love working with them. We also have worked with hospice, so we can have a couple different ways that we're able to partner and empower their teams to talk about Nemu and its benefits. So would love to chat with anybody interested.
Well, I'd love to start offering this because, I see families, they become the executor of an estate. They've never done it before. They are left,
Right.
as an outside entity or friend of the family to do these things. When the funeral home invites this app to their families, and is it more to those people that have a will, or is it going to be every family to find a leader of the group and have them start the app?
Yeah, it varies a little bit depending on what if there's a trust or a will or nothing in place. And but what I will say is that we work, any family can use Nemu, but it just might shift a little bit depending on what's been set up by their loved one. But yeah, you're exactly right. When a family comes in, all families stand to benefit, and so it's something that you can share. Hey, we've got this great resource for you. It'll help you guys move through the process of managing and dividing up your family stuff. Even if you all get along just perfectly, it'll just take the headache away, and allow you to move forward, together.
Awesome. So, what I'm thinking is that here at Young's Daughter's Funeral Home, I think it's going to be best is if there is like a downloadable QR code or something that we can give our families
Yeah.
in our introduction packet to say, here you go ahead and download this
Yep.
if you're going to be working with any of the property or property items. Download this and then start here and see if this is
Yeah.
an option. So I definitely want to thank you so much for coming on here, sharing your app with the communities, and
Thank
I
you.
hope that you'll be seeing a lot more come out of Temple, Texas. And
Yeah. Yes,
hats
ma'am.
off to you, sister, for being
Okay.
very inventive for making life easier for everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, and for any of our partners, we're happy to get on the phone and chat to just explore how are you guys talking to your families and how can we make it easy to share news. So happy to hear that and happy to get you guys started.
Well, wonderful. Do you want to let people know how to reach out to you if they are needing you directly? And of course,
Yeah.
ways to download your app.
Yeah, so feel free to email me at Sarah, Sarah, at mynemu.com. That's MYNEMU. And then check us out at mynemu.com as well to get started.
All right, well, everyone, you have it. Please like and subscribe to the content if this is helpful. Make sure you share it to those and tag those that might be beneficial that are in that estate planning or trying to get their end of life planning set up, this might be something very beneficial. And if you do download it, let us know so that way we can stand by this product and stand by our sister powers out here. So thank you so much again, everyone, for watching. Please leave any comments and feedback. We'll try to get back to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.